Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach. Hope you guys are well. Yeah, we're back. Haven't seen you guys for a while. Hope things have been traveling nicely. I mean, if anything doesn't tell you more that I haven't recorded for a little while, I just pressed the record, pressed the sound recording, and I was like, geez, we're not really responding here. Hadn't even plugged the thing in. So we're a little out of practice. But bit of an awards night tonight. Got my Shorty's MVP, and we'll go through the league winners, and we'll also do the footy tipping winner as well. So going to do a quiz night next Wednesday. So not Wednesday coming up. What will that be? It'll be like Wednesday, Geelong Cup's the 22nd. So 29th. Be the 29th. So yeah, if you fancy yourself a quiz, feel free to get around it. I normally try to get these ones out a little sooner, but yeah, sort of with SuperCoach finals, it kind of pushed me back a little bit. Then the Cats lost the grand final, and Shorty absolutely cracked it, and I hated footy for a few weeks. We'll have the grand final week vlog. Just haven't been as keen to put that one together as opposed to 2022, but I said I would, so just bear with me. Give me some time. We're still pissed off, so yeah. But yes, so we will go through the MVP first. I've written down, so we put this one in camera after round 18. So we have 6 more rounds to go. And I've just sort of jotted down on my videos the time that I release the votes. And I've also put together, so first things first, here's where it currently stands. Tristan Cherry on top. Isn't it funny to see DeConing up there? He's barely in my side in the latter stages of the season. So, look, Cherry's a long way clear. I've just done a top 6 in the next graphic you'll see, but look, here's a few votes and whatnot. It's just a 3, 2 and 1 system for what I've sort of deemed the most valuable scorers. And look, there's probably, it's had me thinking, it's the first time I've done this for SuperCoach, and I like the concept. It is tricky handing out the votes and the way you do it, because sometimes I feel like maybe, say a guy like Bailey Smith or some of those really popular guys would sort of get, maybe they might outscore someone, but a more unique player I'd probably poll ahead of that cookie cutter guy because it's more valuable to my team. So I guess that's the interpretation for a bit of context, but it also makes me feel like, it's sort of a bit unfair on those more popular players because they've done nothing wrong, and it's probably a big weighting towards the captain as well. If you score big as a captain, you're almost locked into 3 votes, and ultimately, some players won't even get that opportunity because I won't put the C on them. But I guess that's all part of it, and I think also those rookie types or mid-price players who might score 115, and that's super valuable for what we're comparing it to. How do I vote and assess that? Or even like a rookie that scores 96 versus a guy that scores 139. It's like 40-odd point difference, but you got to respect the 96. So earlier in the season, it was tough to hand out votes and sort of assess those different things like that. So, yeah, work in progress. Towards the end of the year, a lot of the side was premiums. Not as many as I would like, but it'd also be good to do I hate this player MVP. I mean, I feel like Luke Davies-Uniacke would have polled pretty nicely in the pulling your hair out MVP award. But so, yeah, there's your leaderboard, and sort of done a little graphic here just to give you guys a little bit of an idea. Like, we'll go through each round starting at round 19. But, yeah, just for theory, or for reference, Cherry is a fair bit clear because, as you can see, DeConing scores terribly in the 2 weeks, which did end up see him traded out of my side. So he's a non-factor, and he's 4 votes behind, so he ain't getting anywhere near Cherry. Holmes is probably the next one, and I've just put in green the ones that are 125 plus because that traditionally was what might put you in the range of potentially getting some votes. Obviously, each week is different, but even though Cherry, look, place your votes. Let me know who you think's going to win before you watch the rest of this video. But I'll tell you what, look, Cherry is going to be hard to beat because he does miss a few games, but then finishes with 2 180 pluses. So the man's going to be tough to catch. I know where my money would be. So I've got no idea who wins this. I put it in camera, and I deliberately wanted to wait a little bit of time just so I'd almost forget what happened late in the year as well. And part of putting it in camera was to remove any bias and remove any they're 2 votes behind, big call here. Just try to make it as fair and reasonable as possible. Holmes does have 3 games where he's definitely a chance to pole. Probably only 1 game in round 21 where he's a chance for the 3. Don't think a 130 and a 129 is going to get you the 3 too often. So he may be a chance to finish top 2, but Cherry's looking very good. Same with Smith. Like, he polls pretty nicely. A few around the 130. Definitely a 3-vote chance in round 20. Merit's a non-factor. Anderson, probably a chance for 2 or 3 votes in the last 6 rounds, but obviously he's a long way behind. So I would have loved to see this one maybe a little closer as we were doing a finish like this, but not to be. We'll also, like I said, we'll go through the league winners and sort of give a bit of credit to those people, because I don't always get a chance to look at the leagues each and every week because there are a lot of them and it can take up a bit of time. So yeah, I want to just dedicate a bit of time to doing that today as well. So let's see how this works in terms of coming through the picture. We'll go to round 19 and I'll see if I can... No, I'll just do it via the video. So I think... I'm pretty sure, and you would have thought I might. Do I have it in the title round? No, I don't even have it in the title, you idiot. That kind of would have been helpful. I'm pretty sure I ran out of trades after round 20. I'm going to say, let's just see if this is round 19. Looks like that's round 18 there. So I reckon this might be the one. Oh, we'll just watch a little bit of an ad. So I think I should be able to play the audio through this video. Just going to make sure I've got it muted while I'm actually talking. Oh, for fuck's sake. All right. Who's the prick putting ads on these, eh? Jesus, man. Getting angry at myself here. Yep. It really does make you want a bit of a pepperoni pizza, doesn't it? So it is round 19. So we'll have a bit of a look and you can assess where you reckon my votes will go. Obviously, Wanganeen Miller, he might be a guy, not that he was in my leaderboard, but he might be a guy that, gets a little bit of love too. So yeah, a few of the main scorers there. And yeah, even Nick Dacos wasn't in the top one. So where's someone like Nick Dacos? Like, he's on 4 votes, but did have some big games late. Wanganeen Miller only had the 2 votes up until this stage. I suppose for some players it's difficult because not all of them were in my side for the whole year. So it's a unique style of award because some players have more opportunity to poll than others, but all part of it. Let me know if you think there could be any improvements and whatnot. So yeah, Wanganeen Miller, I'd say he would have polled in that round 17. Then he has some big games coming up. So the 149. Just want to make sure he did score 149. Yeah, so we're in the right one. All right, well, let's. It's a bit of trial and error here, but round 19, I read out the votes around the 15-minute mark. So I wonder if... I don't think I'll be able to hear this. Give me one sec. I've really thought this through well, haven't I? Let's turn this up. Look at... in the... Give me one moment, guys. Where did I put my headphones? Just nicely sprawled on the ground. We love that. Oh, jeez. Feel like I nearly broke them there, but... These have seen better days too. You'll note that the actual fabrics come off them, so we're going to have to find those. But let's see if this works. Forward line. But yeah, it will work. All right, so let's have a little listen to me reading out the votes. Scores to be uploaded or the rank to be updated, and then we'll go through the leagues and have a look at my overall rank. But yeah, in terms of... I feel like there's not too many contenders putting their hand up. Like, clearly Dacos, Wanganeen Miller are the clear-cut... operators. Gee, I'd love to do a Shorty's worst on ground. You know, I don't know if you're a Triple M listener back in the day. I think they still do it, but I remember back in the day they do their 3, 2, 1. Get on with it, mate. Come on. Best on ground. Okay, so I don't think that actually worked coming through the laptop from what I can gather. So we're going to go to the phone. I swear to God, I've had videos playing in the background that has actually ruined my videos before because it just plays over me. I don't know. But let's see who we gave the votes to. Feel like Nick Dacos was right in the thick of it, as was Wanganeen Miller. But let's see what round 19's votes pan out as.
Dacos 169 just has to be respected. That's the 3 votes there. And Wanganeen Miller outstanding as well. We'll give him the 2 votes. And then the 1 vote is really up for grabs, really. I mean, Bont's the only one. He's around the 126 there. Sarong I sort of liked as well. But
get going, mate.
Sort of feel like there's nothing from a more valuable, sometimes if there was someone...
Welcome to Shorty SuperCoach, and today...
part of me wants to give a vote to Pickett because he came straight in and hit the...
Just tell me the 1 vote, mate, for God's sake.
Hit the 1 vote. Sinclair sort of responds as well with a 120. Yeah, I don't know, really.
Just give me the votes to get...
If it comes down to this type of decision, the fact that I can't, sometimes a captain, it'll be interesting. Like, obviously, Dacos, 2 votes, Wanganeen Miller, and 1 vote, Marcus Bontempelli.
Bont, okay. I don't know why I wrote down the 15-minute mark, because that was clearly not when... That's when I started talking about it. It took me bloody ages to wind it up. Jesus, sorry about that snooze fest. Nearly forgot who I actually gave him to. But Nick Dacos was the 3, so he goes right up the leaderboard. He moves into the top 5, and then we had 2 votes to Wanganeen Miller with his 149. Doubles his output there. And then Bontempelli, who's been pretty damn solid since coming into my side, so halfway through the year, gets the 1 vote there. So Nick Dacos is the mover there, no doubt. Sort of puts him into the frame. So we should really have a look at what his back half of the season. I feel like he was hot and cold. I feel like I doubt he could get to double figures, but I can't remember. Okay, so he's a big chance next round as well, and then just a 133. So he's not going to poll in 21, 22, or 24. All right, so let's have a bit of a look at that next week. So that is this one here. We'll go how the side went. Have a look at a few of the scorers. Of course, we know the ones who are up there. Cherry's still not in. Smith has to be in around the mark. Anderson and Holmes a chance. But as we know, Nick Dacos, a big 177. Clark, I just saw Clark at the price was probably the best option. I couldn't quite afford Jackson. Also, I fell 15. 3, 2, and 1. Solid. Obviously, like Gawn's pretty stiff, but it's out of Smith. Oh, Tyrell Jura 10. That is bloody brutal. So, where did I've got round 28, 30. So, let's see. I reckon this must have been the week. How good is Wanganeen Miller? This must have been the one where he kicks it after the siren against the D's, and he didn't. He didn't get any. What did he get? The 2 votes in the Brownlow, wasn't it? Crazy. All right, let's see where we're at. 8:30. Whoop! I've gone too far. All right, let's see. Votes.
Ironically, Bontempelli's 169 wasn't as valuable for me because I didn't have the captain on him. So compared to other teams, I probably lost out on Bont there, which is no wrongdoing to him.
Gawn, I didn't see Gawn's 146 as captain, so he's probably right in there too.
It's my poor choice, but it is my team. So I'm going to give Bont the 1 vote. And then Dacos, Wanganeen Miller up. Look, I'm going to give Nasai the 3. I mean, it was just such a stunning performance, and I know it's on the SuperCoach scores, but just the way he did it was unbelievable. And he is in about 20 to 25% less of teams compared to Dacos. I feel like everyone has Dacos. So I don't know. It's a bit of a unique way of looking at it, but, I just think the way it all panned out and just the theatre of it and the percentage of ownership, I think I'm going to go, Wanganeen Miller 3, Nick Dacos 2, Marcus Bontempelli 1. So
there you go. So sort of a bit of an example there of where the ownership percentage comes into play also. So Wanganeen Miller, he boosts himself up with a match-winning performance, gets up to the 7 votes, draws level with Dacos momentarily, but Dacos got the 2. And look, that's probably what I'm talking about. Smith gets a 156 and doesn't get a look in, which feels a bit rough. Gawn 146 as captain couldn't even get a sniff. And then, look, the Bontempelli 169. A lot of people... That was an interesting one because he scores 169. A lot of people had the VC or C on him. So, in a weird way, from no wrongdoing of Bont, but it actually kind of hurt me in a way of my poor selection. So, it was sort of unvaluable to have that Bont without the C, but you still got to respect the scoring. So, yeah, interesting sort of way to have a look at it. So, again, they're still trying to catch Cherry, Wanganeen Miller and Dacos, making a bit of a charge here. But like we've already looked ahead, I don't think there is going to be too many opportunities for them to really come up and go bang in the last month. This week coming up, what are we? Round 21. De Koning's gone, see you later, mate. Holmes has to be a chance. Anderson has to be a chance to poll. We'll have a bit of a look at the players. Obviously, that we already talked about a few. What did we have just then? I think we had how good is Wanganeen. So no Grundy is killing me. I've got my votes at about 8-12. Look, doubling a 151, you got to respect. So I'm going to go 3 Bontempelli. So yeah, probably Holmes is definitely right in there. Bont, a VC 151. He'd be a big chance for the 3, I'd say. Oh no, Cherry. Oh, sorry, Cherry's the donut. Yeah, and then Anderson also a chance. Anyone in the forward line? Probably not because I haven't really talked about it. But 8-12. All right, let's get the votes for round 21.
Look, doubling a 151, you got to respect. So I'm going to go 3 Bontempelli, 2 Max Holmes, 1 Noah Anderson.
What was that? I missed that.
A captain on the 150. You probably got to respect that. I know it doesn't feel as good because Grundy, he went like 200, but
Grundy.
Doubling a 151, you got to respect. So I'm going to go 3 Bontempelli, 2 Max Holmes, 1 Noah Anderson.
There you go. All right, so Bont getting active, getting big respect there on the VC. So Bont takes the 3. He gets a nice move. He's up to 5th there. Takes over Smith and Wanganeen Miller. Now, who did I say? I forgot. Anderson was 1, wasn't he?
So I'm going to go 3 Bontempelli, 2 Max
Holmes.
1 Noah Anderson.
Holmes had the 2, so he does get up to double figures. Noah Anderson gets the 1. So I've got a few there on the 7 votes, but it's going to be hard for them to go any further. Marcus Bontempelli on 8, outright 5th. Equal 3rd there. You got TDK, Nick Dacos, and Holmes moves into double figures. He's 2 votes away from Cherry, but he goes 99.83. That's not going to get it done. He's a chance for votes in the last round, but look at this. Cherry comes back. I don't think he'll feature in round 22, but he's going to go bonkers in the last 2 rounds. So I think we can see how this is going to unfold, but we'll go through round 22's votes nonetheless. All right, we're on the home stretch here, round 22. Cherry comes back. What else have we got going on here? Wanganeen Miller, very good again. Just reliving my draft grand final loss. You got to love that. Few with the 130s. Sarong, Sinclair, Butters. Probably not ones to feature. Gawn. Probably in the mix. And then Smith should be in the mix as well. So, yeah, should be interesting to see where we land here. Now, I've got the votes coming up. Where are they? Oh, geez. I think I leave them pretty late in the video by the looks of it.
Team, so he actually doesn't offer me that much value.
Let's have a look.
I feel like to not poll with a 141 is very, very harsh. But yeah, that's, I don't know. I've pondered it a little bit, and I think that's the fairest way to do it. Seems a bit harsh, but yeah, Wanganeen Miller 3, Gorn 2, Butters 1.
So I think that was Smith again, sort of getting probably devalued because of the high ownership. So a bit rough, but so that was Wanganeen Miller, wasn't it? With the 3, I think.
I've pondered it a little bit, and I think that's the fairest way to do it. Seems a bit harsh, but yeah, Wanganeen Miller 3, Gorn 2, Butters 1.
So there you go. Wanganeen Miller gets up there. Butters polled the 1. Gorn polled the 2. We'll get Butters the 1 vote there. 3 votes feels a bit unders for Butters, doesn't it? Thought they had a pretty good year. Now is Gorn might be new to the board. Yeah, that's right. He would have come in pretty late, I suppose. So welcome in, Max. I suppose that if that doesn't tell you how poor of a year I had, then what will, you know? If I'm bringing in Gorn at this stage, I mean, that is definitely going to prove painful. Yeah, I haven't missed him. Strange. I thought I got him in slightly earlier, but there you have it. So Tristan Cherry, he comes back now, and he goes absolutely nuts, as we know, with the 180s there. We'll have a look at... So what we have, draft grand final loss. Cherry and Shees will go huge. Let's have a look here. Not a great deal of suspense, unfortunately, because... Hey, whoa. Settle down, Shorty. Gee whiz. Gave myself a little jump scare there. But, yeah, this was... I reckon this might have been when Sheasel nearly broke the record for touches, possibly. And I think he's in me flex, too. So, yeah, probably more interesting to go down a bit. Oh, eyesight's going well there. Gorn's probably in the mix as well. There's Cherry's huge score. Sheasel, 185. So, I reckon it'll be interesting to see which way we go here. This one's probably based purely on percentage. But, look, this is probably where Cherry gets the real bonus points, because not only... Because I held him through those 3 weeks, a lot of people traded him. So, he actually offers... a bit of uniqueness, but let's have a look at the votes for round 20.
We'll be going live on Wednesday.
Round 23, I think this is.
Feel free to jump along to there. But yeah, give me your thoughts on this SuperCoach Finals concept. Is it locked in? It sounds like it was. And yeah, if you'll be, but I get the sense that this will either take him and 3 points between them. But I'm giving 3 Cherry, 2 Sheasel to have a captain that goes 140 plus. Deserves to be in the votes, so I'm going to give him the 1 vote over Bontempelli. So yeah, 3 Cherry, 2 Sheasel, and 1 Gorn. So yeah, enjoy the rest.
So Cherry gets it, and he seals it up. This is where we normally hand him the microphone, and we'd say officially Tristan Cherry is the first Shorty's MVP winner. 3 to Cherry. 2 to Sheasel for a huge game, scoring 185. Harry gets himself up to 5 votes. Gorn finishing nicely as a good captain option. How about Matty Rowell, hey? Like, pretty crazy. Like, we'll have to have a look at, like, isn't it interesting how, like, you hear Matt Rowell, draws the eye of umpires, inside bull, around the footy all the time. Well, what's Tristan Cherry doing? He's the biggest bastard out there. The lad's wearing a helmet, and he can't poll a vote to save his life. It's like, how are they missing him? Do they have the votes in here? Yeah, like even this game, 3 to Sheasel, 2 LDU, and McKercher gets the 1. Like, yeah, I'm sure McKercher was good, had a bit of the footy, but gosh, for Cherry to not poll in this game is wild. 22 touches, 18 tackles, 40 hit outs, 6 clearances. Man, how did he not poll? Gosh, that seems harsh. But all right, we know where this is going. Congratulations, Tristan. I'm sure you'll be stoked about that, mate. I'm sure you'll be stoked. Huge captain score to finish. So this is probably Cherry again. Let's take a look and round this one out, shall we? I'll find me audio on the phone. Whoa, settle down, bro. So what do we got here? Bonts in the mix. Oh, Butters was the huge score. Right. Okay. Yep. Went the VC on Butters. So we finished with a nice one there. Cherry. So Cherry's probably only going to get the 2 here. I forgot about Zach Butters finishing outstandingly. Now I can't remember where I did the votes here. I didn't write it down, but so we're gonna have to decide and find it ourselves.
Let's have a look. Where's the trades? Because it'd be really being people's flexes coming in and covering this team for the last month. Trade your way to
Not the best viewing here, sorry.
It's not as fun. These trades, I definitely went in with Ua, and I'll pick it just. Clark, not at his best. Fantastic. Be tough to beat. Compare that to someone like a Luke Flex is going to come in hand, being people's flexes coming in and covering it.
One moment, guys. We're just going to find this and I'll get back to you. All right, we found it. We got there. So here are the votes for the final round. We know Tristan Cherry's got it, but to finish things off.
The MVP votes this week. Look, it's last week I really had to ponder, but it's pretty clear cut this week. I mean, Butters has to be the 3 votes. Clearly the best option. I mean, highest score on the ground, massive score, and he was my captain. Tristan Cherry has to be the 2 votes for a 186, and then when you got a guy who score on 170, Whitfield has to get the vote there. So yeah, 3 Butters.
Pretty rough for Whitfield to only get 1 vote when you score 170, and he did feature for a 1 vote throughout the year at some stage, but he takes his total up to 2 votes there. And we, of course, have Tristan Cherry well clear with the 18 votes, and Zach Butters just dominant with a 191. Gets the 3. As captain as well, it should be mentioned. So a very, very comfortable MVP for Tristan Cherry. I'd be very keen to see how he went in this one too in terms of the Brownlow. I think he only polled 1 vote for the Brownlow, which is just nuts. But 25, 35 hitouts in a close game against the Crows. 186, 7 clearances. I mean, he's got 6 free kicks, so surely the umpires saw him. How many votes? None. That is outrageous. LDU with... All right, LDU had 12 clearances. I guess you can respect that. Wow, that feels rough. I mean, Sheasels had only 7 touches more than Cherry. Look at all the other stuff. Oh, Tristan Cherry. Bad luck, mate. That's rough in the Brownlow. But that is my MVP. 18 votes for Cherry. We knew he was going to poll well late, and he did it comfortably. Holmes, second. It was one of my better picks for the year. Wanganeen Miller flew home, as he did in many people's sides and many awards. De Koning was a fast starter, but really turned out to be a stinker of a selection and really, really hurt me holding him and having faith that was just not warranted for some time. Dacos, Bont finished well. They were probably guys that maybe got hurt, as well as Smith. Probably guys maybe got hurt for being popular, victims of their own popularity, which, they can't help. And then, of course, Anderson and Merritt were in the mix coming into this video, but didn't feature too much at all. And then you can, sort of have a look through a few of those. But that is the first edition. Nathan O'Driscoll, you got to love that. The first edition. I mean, who would have thought Sinclair and O'Driscoll would poll the same amount of votes? Odd stuff. But that's the first edition of Shorty's MVP. So let me know your thoughts. I'm going to now have a bit of a run through of some of the leagues. And AFL tipping. Yep, we'll have a look at the tips. So Thanks to everyone who does get involved in the leagues, and thanks to everyone who gets involved in the channel as well. Like I said, we've got our quiz night coming up. So I'd love to see you there. But yeah, congrats to D-Mac. Oh, the man, he's won a few quizzes over his time. Now he's just come out and won the league there. So nice work, mate. Total points. Who do we have in terms of total score? So an overall rank there for Ben, Sloppy Joel, just outside the top 1,000. Well played there, mate. D-Mac. Where did he win it from? So he won it from... Oh, no, he was on top. So he was on top. Did well. Won it from losing the first final. So Taranto's Brownlow went bang with 2,800. Made D-Mac go the long way round, but then he's responded nicely there. Crosses over in the prelim. Does well there. And how about that? How about that? A rematch of the qualifying final. First versus fourth. And D-Mac's been able to turn the tables in a close one. 84 points the difference there. So nicely done, guys. Nicely done. So a victory there for D-Mac. What a big score here as well. 2,186. So there was a couple of big 2,800s in the first week of finals there. So congrats there, mate. Done very nicely there. In my second league, the winner is Boomball. So nicely done to Boomball. How did he go about it? Boomball's come and done it from 7th. Well done, Tyler. Well done. I've got a feeling one of my students, I could be wrong here, one of my students said that their brother won one of the leagues, and my brain is saying it's Tyler. I don't know if this is you. Let me know. Nonetheless, congrats to Tyler and the brother there. But yeah, he's come out and gone bang, wins his elimination final. Oh, look, wins that by 30 points over our second place, Nick. Makes his way into the prelim. Then he's had a nice 90-odd point win there over the top team. Knocks off Sean. And then comes in against another guy who's done well from the bottom 4 of the 8. Max Power. He's had a big 2,800 there. Had a 9-point win in the semi-final. And then we've seen Tyler get it done by 102 points. Nicely played there, mate. In terms of the overall, who was our leader? So it was Max Power. So isn't that interesting? Like, he was 613th overall, and it only got him to 5th, which is the uniqueness of a head-to-head league. Fantastic season. Runner-up in the league, but a fantastic overall year there for Max Power. Ranked 613th overall. Nicely done, mate. And then if we move into Shorty SuperCoach 3... Gumbletown. Good name there. It's a good name. As I'm sitting 11th. Yikes. Where are we? So he's won it from 5th. He's won it from 5th. And is that potentially the lowest scoring? Have a look at it. They've got it done with 2,300s, which is very, very, I mean, a hugely tight final. He's won by 8 points over Champagne Footy. I feel like both of these guys perhaps run out. I mean, look at that. The final in the bottom 8 was more comparable than the top 8, perhaps, or about level. Perhaps they both ran out of a few trades, but Champagne Footy's won through, wow, with a draw. I've rarely seen that. So the high, and that's Harley. Harley's AFL talk has gone down in a draw and then lost the next week to our eventual winner. That is wild. So would you look at that? If it is level in a final, the higher ranked opponent goes through, and that was Champagne Footy, who then had a close prelim final advancing to the granny. But Gumbleton went bang with the 2,700 first week of finals very nicely. Got done over there with Harley, beat him by just under 100 points. And then in his prelim, had another thriller. So he's won by 32 points there over Davo. And then he's got it done by 8 points in the grand final. Well played, mate. That's a very nice win. We're having a few winning it from the outside or outside the top 4. Even though he was second overall there, John. And slammed that Sam, 1,400 overall. So slam that Sam, our top ranked in the league. Oh, he did finish second. But made the prelim. Yeah, nice. Nicely done. All right, we will move. Oh, we've gone on to Champagne Footy. Now we'll go over to SuperCoach. SuperCoach 4. Okay, what have we got here? We've got Truffles of Greatness. That's a niche name, my guy. And he's just done it from on top. He's done it from on top, but he's done it the long way around. That has to be respected. Went down after leading the league. Went down by, 71 points to an impressive 2,800 from Angus. But he's been able to go the long way around. Wins the semi, crosses over in the prelim. Convincing prelim final win. Looks like this man saved a few trades. And then he's come up clutch with a 27-49 in the grand final to win by nearly 200 points over Angus, who did very nicely from 4th. And again, in this one, we've had a qualifying final rematch. And we've had the tables turned. That reminds me of something. Total points was Finn's up 421 overall. So that is our highest achiever so far. Where did he go overall? Finn's up. So he was second, but didn't quite get to the granny despite a fantastic season. But that is a great ranking, mate. Nice work there. Number 5 are we up to, I think? Number 5, yep. The day will come has taken it out. He's won it from second. Big 2,800 straight into the prelim. Oh, hot and cold. It's a good name, but he was very much cold in the prelim. I think the trades may have run a bit low, or he's had a poor week, but about nearly a 300-point win there in the prelim. And then he's had a nice 64-point victory over Nick there. His bond is good, 28 or 25.84, defeating our third place winner. So strong play there. Nicely done, mate. And overall, who did we have? We had Luke, who was 582. That's a great season, mate. Nicely done. SuperCoach 6. Popped Cherry. That's good. That is good. I haven't seen that before. That's good as. So he's won it from second. And we had a top of the table clash there. So Warlord was the guy. Now where is Popped Cherry? Nice first up score there. Straight into the prelim. Oh, tight game. So he's won by about 60 or 70 in the first one. And then beats Makaza, a familiar name on the lives. Gets done by 23 points and 7 points from Warlord, winning in a bit of a mythical battle there. Warlord versus the Wizard in our prelim. And it was a, touch over 100 points. So relatively comfortable, but nonetheless a pretty entertaining finals series there in our number 6 league. Maybe not our strongest. Pop Cherry was on top, but not our strongest overall rank, but still 598 ranking overall as a league. Pretty solid. It's pretty solid. Pretty consistent league, I'd imagine. Number 7, Say She's, takes out the victory. Third place, done nicely there. So 2,800. Comfortable 300-point win in the qualifying final, goes straight through to the prelim, and then gets about a 40-odd point win over Anthony there. A very tight game. Both prelims very tight. Lawson's Creek, 27 points. So that's a great grand final. Both going to 2,600. But it is Raphael who gets it done. Raf's done it. How'd we go overall? He's topped the league, 1,100 rank. He's taken the flag out. Top 2 scorers. Doesn't always happen in your head-to-head leagues, but the top 2, what am I doing there? I was meant to check where we're at. Top 2 scorers have gone through. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Shorty SuperCoach 8. I think we've got 10. Seba's done it. Where'd Seba come from? He's on top too, mate. He's on top. There's a lot of, must have been a high-scoring week, round 21. Quite a few 2,800 scores. One straight through. Comfortable win over Lucas in the prelim, and then about 100-plus point win over Kanga in the grand final. So, relatively convincing. We've had some tight finals, but Seb has just come through and done very nicely. And a league rank of 21, so nicely done. I didn't check all the league rankings, but good stuff there. And Seba was ranked 41 overall, so well played there, mate. Well played. That's going to be tough to beat from Shorty SuperCoach leagues. Oh, no, we had 12. Jesus Christ. We had a lot of leagues going on. Okay. I think I was up to number 9, wasn't I? Yeah, Smud was soldiers. He's done it from 4th. Pretty convincing there. What did he do first up? So he's lost the first final, but then he's responded with a big win there. Got his way through. Then he's knocked off Reese there by a touch or less. 70 points. Tight one. Very tight final there. So just the 9 points. And then a 4th versus 6th grand final. But Smud was come through. Stephen's done it. 2,600. Comfortable win in the grand final. And Ben. So he was 1,600 overall. Where did Ben end up? So he was 8th. Isn't that bizarre how you can be on top of the league points-wise, but finish 8th? Very strange. Number 10 league, Lawson humped me. That's wishful thinking, but he's done it from 2nd, Joseph. He's done it there. Top 4 finish. He's gone 2,900. What was he ranked for that week? 2009 or 291. Oh, no, that's his overall rank. I don't know if we can... Maybe we can't see that. But if you're watching that, mate, let me know what you were ranked in round 21 there. That's a huge score. So he smashed him, even though 2,700 is not to be sneezed at. 100-odd point win in the prelim. And then he's come out and had pretty tight win there. About 40-odd points in it in the grand final over Sam there. So 2,900, that's huge. 69 overall for the crew. Would you look at that? Ranked 23. Bradman. Doing the Bradman name proud. And we had a 74 rank as well. So you'd think, I mean, he's on top for sure, but isn't that stiff? Unbelievably, a bloke ranked 23 has had 2 brutally close losses to go out in straight sets. That's just rough. That is just savage. Absolutely savage there. Pretty sure we just did number 10, didn't we? Yeah, so we'll do number 11 and then we'll have a look at the footy tips. Spud Guns won it from 5th, so he's come outside the top 4. Nice score first up, wins by about 100. And he's come through to knock off our 4th place by about 30 points. Gets his way to the prelim. 70-odd point win, 80-odd point win. And then we've come over and he's been pretty comfortable. James has just got the 2,200. Bit of a lower score, but Spud's done nicely with a 2,400 and he's taken it out there. Well played, my friend. 20... Where are we? 570, 628, 821. So some good overall ranks here, but it was Spud's Guns Clayton. So he topped the league, and then he took out the premiership as well in the head-to-head. Nicely done, mate. Nicely done. Okay, well, look at this final league. This video has actually gone a bit longer than I thought. I didn't really anticipate how long it would go for, but Shorty SuperCoach, league number 12. Sammy Deadly, he's done it. From, I thought that was 8th for a sec, but from 3rd, he's knocked off the top team. Would you look at that? Goon Squad's gone bang from 4th, knocked him off, but Buzzers managed to respond to get all the way back to the grand final. But if we look at Sammy here, tight loss to the Wizard. He lost by 30 points in a big 2,800 battle there. So he's had to go the long way around. Yes, he did. So 50-point win against Alex. Then gets a nice win there. 2,600 over 200-point winner in our prelim. And a very tight match there. About 60-odd points in it to take the victory out. Well played, mate. Total points was Sammy, Buzz. So we got the right ones in the grand final there. I think I missed a few of the overall league ranks. So league rank 21, I think we touched on that. I can't remember. 247, pretty impressive rank. 598, not too bad. I think that might have been where we started. 493. 593. Be definitely a dream to finish top 20 or top 30 in a league one time. We've got to get a Shorties league right up there one day. 374. I'm probably not pulling my weight in a lot of these either. And then a 164. Oh my God, I'm running low on battery. That's how long this video has gone for. Thought I had it charged up enough. Good stuff. Now, in terms of the tipping, I reckon I did... What's Dino Dash doing? I reckon I did pretty well on the tips, actually. Now, we didn't tip through finals, so I just wonder... Hey! Would you look at that? Oh, I did win it. Oh, no. No, well, that's my work one. Shorty SuperCoach is what we got to go for. Did I stop it after finals? Maybe not. So, there we go. I was 4th, but technically I should have done this. So, we weren't tipping through finals. So, this is a home and away one. So, this might actually be a bit tricky to tell. So, we've got to take 4 away from Patrick, 158. 2 away from Naked Lady, so 157. 3 away from Steve. Oh, Steve, well played, mate. So he's 156, 158. And I didn't tip through the final, so I'm 158. What's our margins? Oh, he's done me by 1. He's done... Well, we're level because we take away his 4 tips to the finals, and then he's done me on 30-point margin. So, yeah. I mean, I just don't tip through finals. I just always do, like, home and away leaders. But, yeah, Patrick's done it nonetheless. Nice work, mate. Nice work. So, congrats. We had quite a few in the footy tipping league. I think it just duplicates it for next year anyway. But, no, good stuff. I think that's about a wrap. I'll probably just go and edit this one up. What are we, about 4, 5 o'clock? Try and get this one up for Sunday night. But, yeah, thanks heaps for the year. I'll be back with a vlog, quiz night. And then, look, we'll be back probably mid to late December. We normally get a bit of a vibe check around then on terms of the interest and motivation and how we're all feeling. So, yeah, I look forward to it, mate. I'm looking forward to it. It's definitely cricket season. I've been a bit off the footy, but trade period's got a bit of that back for me. But, yeah, looking forward to another season of SuperCoach. Plenty of chats, plenty of our research. And, yeah, thanks for coming along for the ride. If you're new to the channel, thanks very much. If you're one of our long-time contributors and supporters, appreciate you as well. Yeah, it certainly makes a really fun community. I enjoy our chats and lives and that, so it's good. I enjoy it. So thanks heaps for all your contributions, guys. Speak to you soon. Cheers.